see that? We got bright lights, right? And then we've got the brake.
Yeah, swaps and stuff, rims big as monster trucks, wide harnesses, yeah boy we stock 'em up. Hit subscribe so you know you stay in the loop. Hit the bell, new videos coming soon.
We back with a little bit of a unboxing video. Unboxing. We unboxing some goodies, some box Chevy goodies. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Y'all gotta stay tuned, man. Go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe for me too. Hit that subscribe for me, man. If as many people will subscribe and share, we could get out some information out as well to more people. But what do we have here? Let's see. Let's a little bit of paper. It should tell you, man. We got some sensor plugs. We got a speedo plug. Yeah, man. What do we got here, y'all? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is it, y'all? What is it? We got some paperwork here. LED digital gauges. LED digital gauges, man. No, it's not no Dakota digital. But, hey. They're going to serve the same purpose. Same purpose. Got from an eBay store. Before you begin, of course, always read your directions. For technical support, we got a phone number. And all that good stuff. You see what I'm saying? We got adapters for temp gauges. It gives you all the shebang on how to make this thing work. So we're doing LS, it says, and it says LS engines or any other computer-based engine system must use the provided sending units in conjunction with the factory sending units to maintain communication with the computer. It's when it comes to a lot of this, these gauges and dashes you put in, sometimes the sending units only communicate with that particular setup. So, yes, sir, we've got here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's gonna get in there and sit in there real nice and pretty. Y'all can't see it, can you? I don't want to open that up just yet until we get to the point of where we're gonna put it in the old box Chevy. The box Chevy. And that's a backdrop, cover everything else up. And then, of course, you got these plastics that are gonna go, These plastics are gonna go, can't go, there it is. This one, no. Oh man, we're gonna have to go to the directions, y'all. Let's see what this plastic is for. See what the plastic is for. How do you put all this in? How do we put all this in a box Chevy, man? Digital gauges for a box Chevy. There it is. Okay, here we go. There it goes. Place your circuit board into the factory housing. Be sure to line up the corner holes on the circuit board with the plastic post on the factory housing. Place your corresponding tinted acrylic glass for your style dash cover. That's what this is, a tinted acrylic glass. So it's gonna go over these things here. Line up the factory bezel and the cutouts on the smoked acrylic glass attached to the back of the housing, factory hardware. That's him, y'all. We have a one digital circuit board, 2 1/8" smoked acrylic lenses. You're only going to use one of them, depending on your style of your dash. one polystyrene overlay, one temperature sending unit. It's an 1/8 inch MPT and an 1/8 inch MPT bushing. So that means when we're doing the LS, we're gonna have to use an adapter because it's metric. And then one oil pressure sending unit and one speedo unit. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Shout out to intellitronix, man. Shout out to intellitronix. Got intellitronix for the win. All right, we got this intellitronix digital dash 4 box Chevy, yo. The box Chevy. We got the unboxing part undone. So let's, this is your acrylic glass. Is gonna cover some things up. And if it wasn't raining, I would go out and grab the dash and show y'all. Of course, a ground. This is our temp sender, 1/8 inch MPT. So we're gonna have to have a adapter from this to an LS. This is probably, this looks like speedo, or yeah, the wire that goes into the temp sender. This is our speedo. Now let me show y'all something on this speedo. All right, this is your plug for speedo. If you're going mechanical to electronic, well, being that we're not mechanical, this is a mechanical drive. This will screw in where your transmission is, right here, and then you plug this in, right, the right way. You plug it in. Well, yes. All right, you'll plug it in, and then you'll wire this in accordingly. Of course, you got a white wire, red wire, black wire. I want to say that your white is probably going to be your signal, red is going to be some type of power, black is going to be a ground. I'm going to look it up and be sure for y'all. Tack wire, we're going to need that. We're going to need a tack signal, which ain't no big deal. Yellow wire from your sender. That's for our fuel. LS engines, any other computer-based engines must provide sending units. Black wire to the vehicle engine block. The engine block should have a heavy ground cables connected to the battery. Red wire to 12-volt power source. Recommended use a 3-amp inline fuse. The red wire is not required for all vehicles and will not be installed on specific models. All right, then you got a pink wire, switch 12-volt. That's just power on, temperature gauge. You must use the included sender. Like I said, most of the time you got to use the included sending unit for some of these to work accordingly. So meaning this is a 2-wire sender, includes the mating connector for your wiring harness. The intellitronix sender is bipolar, meaning either wire can be ground or signal. I want to get to the speedo. Push the wire. Yeah, it's going to tell us how to do our sending unit stuff for our temp. Oil pressure, you must use the included sender for your gauge to read accurately. Let's see what the sender looks like. Something's telling me it's going to be huge. Something's telling me it's going to be a big old huge. Yep. There he is. There's the oil sender. Right there. And again, we're going to have to use an adapter for it as well. And it says intellitronix on it. It's etched in there. So we have to use this sender for our oil sending unit, which ain't no big deal. We have to use that. We just have to use an adapter. No big deal there as well. Now the speedo. I want to get to the speedo. We got the dash, digital dash. It's gonna look good, man. And I might be able to power it up while we're sitting here. I'm not sure. Can't guarantee anything right now, but and sorry for the view. I'm not giving y'all the best of view. Hopefully I am. program buttons, tachometer. If you're using LS swap, pick up the tach signal wire from the ECM, then set the tach switch signal to 4 cylinders. You may need to also order intellitronix LS series 1, 2, and 3 engine swap adapter kit. Not sure what that is. The tachometer requires a minimum of 9 volts DC squared wave signal. Ignition coil, that's green wire to the negative side of the coil, goes to the points. All right, HEI, tach wire, CDI, magneto, and diesel. That's all for tach signal. It can generate a large amount of electromagnetic interference. Ensure that the ignition system does not have interference with the dashboard functions. Check to ensure. Do not run tachometer wire alongside senders or input wires. Cool. Do not use solid core spark plug wires with dashboard system. Programming. There we go. Speedo is what I want to see. Where we at on it? Speedometer. 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 If you're using an intellitronix sender, you will not use the red, white, and black wire on the dash unit. If you're not using that. Computer-based engines, PCMs, ECMs, to locate the correct VCS output, run the white wire on the intellitronix unit. So all I need is a signal from the ECM back into the ECM, or from the ECM into this dash, and we got speedo. Not every 2 wires on the VSS will work in this situation. In this case, there are only 2 attachments you can purchase to resolve this issue. Speed interface signal box. Intellitronix does not carry this part. GPS sender. When using LS swap engines, you will need to pick up speedometer signal wire from the PCM, pin 50 on the red connector. So they give you which pin to even look at, man. This pin may differ. Refer to your vehicle's pin out. Trip distance, tap the speedo, and then it gives you the programming how to do all this. I'm going to, most of this looks like, to me it looks self-explanatory. I'm gonna be honest. Intellitronix, I've dealt with intellitronix before, I've used it before, so I know how the intellitronix works. We'll just say that. And then of course you got your blackout faces there. And if the weather was better, I promise y'all I would go ahead and grab the actual dash and go ahead and bolt everything up for y'all. But the weather is nasty, and I would get soaked in the process of trying to get the dash out, and I'm not doing it. Because we do everything outside in the elements, baby. Let's open him up. Let's open him up. Let's open him up. intellitronix. Use them on some C10s. Use them on some G-bodies. Use them on some, what else did I use it on? 068 C model, C10 models. So we have a conglomerate of different colors of wires here that we're gonna need for different things. Blinkers, high beam, low beam. What else is it? And of course your oil pressure reading, speedo, temp, alternator, what else? Mile per hour, RPM, engine light, oil pressure. It's pretty cool how all this works, man. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So like I said, I know that it was saying that the red give us a pin out of what here? Wiring. There we go. We'll go back to it. Fuel gauges. Yellow wire. Fuel. That's another one we got to hook up. Fuel. Red wire. I'm curious on the fuel pressure, on the fuel sender unit, if it's going to be, oh, okay, it gives us the way to change the ohms for our sending unit. Gives us the way to do that. Oil pressure. So, yeah. Yes. So, again, I'm not mad at it. Cylinders, calibration. That's for the speedo. Oh, dimmer. Also hook up the dimmer. Parking brake. High beam. Check engine. Turn signal. Tailgate. I don't think we have that on here. Voltage gauge displays information based on ignition wire. All models have a potentiometer meter to adjust voltage reading to match exact ignition system. They resemble a small Phillips screwdriver near the volt gauge, either on the front or the rear of the circuit board. Okay, I see it. See that. The red wire is not required for all vehicles. I think we just went through all that. So, all right, intellitronix, man. We're gonna wire this thing in the box Chevy, so we can have, you know, some upgraded dash, some upgraded stuff. Otherwise, none of our other stuff would work because we're running mechanical and on the 88, and we need some type of analog or digital to communicate. Be sure to smash that subscribe for me. See what this intellitronix looks like. We gotta hold on. There's a little plastic right here to take a little bit of the glare off. It's gonna sit in there like so. I know my wires are a little bit everywhere right now, but let's see what we got here. Tip 10. Voltage, oil pressure, RPM, fuel 0. Let's see if I can get hold on now, something ain't right. Okay, yo, we got that intellitronix. Finally got that sucker in there. Remember I said we just got it in there. We just need to do some wiring. Yeah. My temp, my fuel. I have to climb back underneath here and get my oil pressure. It was working, and I had to undo it for something. I think it was my gear shifter. I had to undo it for my gear shifter. And of course, you see my volts, RPM. RPM. Show you that the RPM does work. Temperature's working. said, I gotta get back on my voltage. And then I also had a daggone spark plug that wasn't plugged in. I don't know how I missed that. Or a wire. So I gotta get back underneath it and hook up my oil pressure. And then I've got one more cover, the original cover. The original cover that goes like so. I need to clean it up a little bit. It is kind of, hold on. There we go. The original color. This camera really ain't doing it no justice. But here's the original cover. Everything's covered up. Everything is, I gotta screw this. You see it moving it? Put that screw in. That's that blinker I was talking about. I can't get it to go off. So my temperature is rising to show you that it does work. I did see the speedo work as well. I have not calibrated it for the mileage. You know, you gotta calibrate it for miles. You know, 1 mile, and then, you know, how that, at least that's what the direction says. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I gotta change these spark plugs, man. I done fouled these dudes out. I know I did. Like I said, I started this thing, I don't know how many times, without no exhaust on it. And you got a LS and you running it dude with no exhaust, you are asking for some trouble. Alright, man. This ain't gonna be a long one. I would take it out, but nah, we ain't gonna do that. So RPMs. What I don't like about it, I don't see no like 750 or nothing, you know what I mean? Like 650 is just 600. I'll get that plastic back up in there and clean it. I gotta clean it off though, it's rough. It's rough, I just pulled it out. It looks a lot better. Looks like a lot better without it in there. Alright, like I said, change these spark plugs, get back on the grind, get back on the grind. Oh, hold on, before I go any further. Oh, I want to show y'all. Uh-oh, you see that? We got bright lights, right? And then we've got the brake. You see that? The brake is hooked up, e-brake. Fuel's hooked up. So, yeah, man. I mean, I'm tell you brights. Of course, you see the blinker. I can't get the other blinker to work. That kind of sucks because it's broke off in here. Inside this column right here, it's broke off. But temperature rising. Voltage going. Let me get back underneath it and get my oil pressure right.